The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
A Jets analyst believes Woody Johnson could move the team to London. I'm not buying it. We'll talk about that and much more. Pip, pip, cheerio. Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby. We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. The London Jets. That is what we're talking about on today's Jake Asman Show. Happy Saturday. Click the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Join my Patreon if you haven't. That's the place to be for any hardcore Asmaniac bonus shows. Name in the intro. Access to exclusive events like our events down in Tampa. Merch store discounts year-round. Discord access and a whole lot more. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Shout out to Maddie and Joe, our two most recent Patreon subscribers. Make sure you tuned in to the show today and you gift the membership, because at the end of the show, I'm giving away a Justin Fields jersey to one lucky Jet fan. All memberships are boosted +2 because this is the final show before Monday's Asmaniac Raffle. With that said, let's talk about the idea of the New York Jets being moved to London. Now, this conversation started all because Woody Johnson earlier this week purchased a stake in the soccer club Crystal Palace, a club that is based in London. Woody Johnson obviously has ties to London. He was the ambassador to the UK during Donald Trump's first term in office. Here's the reality, though. There's no current evidence or NFL plan to suggest that the Jets are going to be moved to London. But during a recent episode of the Gangs All Here podcast, Frankie V, the host of the show, took exception to one, Woody Johnson purchasing a stake in Crystal Palace, and also suggested that this could be the start of a move for the Jets to go to London. So let's go clip by clip. This is Frankie's take on why it's a bad thing that Woody is now buying part of a soccer team.
My issue with this is the Jets right now are in a big transition. We're off of this Aaron Rodgers thing. Crap's kind of hitting the fan a little bit, right? Like, Woody Johnson's got to get this team right. Ryan, this team's in a very, I don't think we realize the spot the Jets are in. We're at rock bottom, like we've been saying. We were saying in our post games, we've hit rock bottom, Ryan. We're here. Mm-hmm. You see how hot it is outside? It really feels like rock bottom right now. We need to figure out a way to take our best our best steps forward and get this franchise breathing again. Get them above water. This team does not have the luxury to have an owner thinking about doing things in other cities, in other countries with other teams. He has to get this right. Why is he doing this now? It could have been a favor, but the timing, you got a lot on your plate here, Woody. If you care that much about the Jets, I mean, time is money, right? Maybe not to these people, but I'm just saying they got to figure this thing out, right? This isn't a great time. I didn't like this news. A lot of Jet fans kind of scoffed over it. I didn't. I thought it was a big deal. I really did, for a lot of reasons.
I don't think it's a big deal at all. If anything, I don't think we could have it both ways as Jet fans. We all say we don't want Woody Johnson involved in the day-to-day football operation. But now Frankie is saying he wants Woody Johnson to be around the team more? Why? First off, Woody's still around the team. If you go back and look at some of the photos and videos coming out of minicamp, he was there. He was at OTAs. He was in the draft room. So we can't have it both ways. We as Jet fans can't say, Woody, stay out of it, and now we're going to gripe that he has other interests and he's buying part of a soccer team, which, by the way, he's not the controlling owner of Crystal Palace. He just put down a lot of money to eventually sell it down the line and make even more money. Or if not him, someone in his family, because Woody Johnson's 78 years old. These are investments. That's what billionaires do. They stay billionaires by investing their money in things that always go up, like sports franchises. So this take to me is kind of silly. We can't criticize Woody Johnson for being too involved and then say, what are you doing, Woody? How could you buy a part of a soccer team? You can't have it both ways. I don't even want to be the Woody Johnson defender here, but we can't criticize him for being too involved and now criticize him for not being involved. That doesn't make any sense.
Thinking is overrated.
Frankie needs to think a little bit. Now, here's the take that I think is going to absolutely incite this fan base here. This was Frankie on why he thinks there's a lot more to this Crystal Palace purchase than Jet fans, that's us, are realizing.
You can look at this one of two ways. One way you can look at this is Woody Johnson is a businessman. He has relationships. There's been speculation that he's very close with this John Texter fellow over there in London who's American. He's an American businessman. And Woody was almost doing him a favor, saying, hey, they couldn't apparently qualify for this Europa League because John Texter has multiple levels of ownership in other teams. They needed another director, and Woody Johnson sort of did him a favor. And this is what business people do. Not a big deal. Move on. But I'm looking at this from the other side. You know me, I like my little storylines and drama going on behind the scenes and what this could mean long-term for the Jets. And as a fan myself and yourself, I think Woody Johnson has this liking or has this eye on that city of London. I really do. I think because if you look at what Woody Johnson's done in London, outside of serving as the ambassador to the UK, which was primarily stationed in London, Woody tried to buy a bid into Chelsea.
Correct.
Now, what does Chelsea and Crystal Palace FC have in common? They are 2 of 7 Premier League teams that are located in London. So what this is telling me a little bit is Woody Johnson's liking his London, man. He might be wanting either to move there. Maybe he doesn't want the Jets to be a primary focus of his. He wants to start dealing with his business interests in London. Or other people are even suggesting, is he trying to do something with the Jets in London? Are they maybe, I don't want to say move the team there, but what is this with London? You see now the Jets have a home game in London. The Jets were in London last year. So, I mean, what's going on here really with London specifically? There's only 7, Ryan, Premier League teams in London. He tried to buy a bid into Chelsea. That failed. Now he has his bid, and he's a high shareholder. 43% people don't think it's a lot of equity. It is. 43% is a ton. So what is Woody Johnson thinking when it comes to London? And I think there's a lot more there than people are speculating as to, oh, it's a typical businessman, move, and he has no interest. I think he has a big interest in London, Rye.
Okay, Frankie, he's got a big interest in London. That doesn't mean he's going to move the New York Jets, a franchise that has been in the New York area since 1960. That doesn't mean he's going to move them to London because the Jets have played back-to-back years in London. Who cares? Every team has to play an international game. That's where we're headed. The Jets were the road team last year for the 3rd time ever in London. Every team eventually has to be the home team. And the Jets, a couple years ago, the NFL, they dished out international territories to all their clubs. And the New York Jets, their territory is London. Their territory is the UK. So this is not anything that is out of the ordinary. Oh, Woody Johnson likes London. I'm sure he does. I went to London last year, too. I loved London. I thought it was a fun city. Shout out to Gangrene UK and Green Smoke and all the fans. Bunch of Asmaniacs in London. That doesn't mean the Jets are moving to London. Get serious. First off, I don't think the NFL would ever want a New York franchise to leave New York. It's the biggest media capital of the world. You're going to move them to London? Now, do I think eventually we could have a team full-time in London? Sure. But it wouldn't be the Jets. If anything, it'd be the Jaguars, who play there more than any other team ever. They play there multiple times every season because we're talking about the city of Jacksonville compared to New York. Like, come on. And the Jaguars, they don't have a history. They were an expansion team in the late 90s. But if anything, I don't even think it'd be the Jaguars that would go to London. I think it would just be a brand new expansion team. There'd be a 33rd team in London. We're going to see more teams, not existing markets, moving to London. So the idea that Woody would move the Jets to London, on what grounds? He can't. They're locked in to the MetLife contract. Go look at the details. Woody Johnson's 78 years old. He's not in any position to oversee this process to get the Jets to London. It would take years. And I don't think the NFL would ever allow one of its longest running franchises in the New York market to ever move. It's not happening. Now, do I think Woody would like to play in London every year? Sure. There's a lot of money to be made there. You know, the Jets, we know they wanted to be on Black Friday every year. They pushed for that. You know, the Lions have Thanksgiving with the Cowboys. The Jets wanted to have Black Friday. I think the Jets would love the fact if they could get a London game every year. They wouldn't mind it. Publicly, they might say, no, we don't want the travel. But deep down, there's money to be made. And there's a business. But Woody purchasing 43% in Crystal Palace, first off, Frankie, that's not a lot. He doesn't have power. He has no controlling influence. He doesn't have final say on decisions. So what he did was he made an investment. He could sell that 43% a couple of years from now and make way more than the $254 million that he put into it. The Jets are not moving to London. There's no chance. The NFL wouldn't let it happen. I don't think the city of New York and New Jersey, I don't think they would allow it. They'd fight it litigation-wise, tooth and nail. Not happening. I mean, there's nothing substantial with that take. And you guys know I like Frankie. We've had him on the show. I texted him before this that I'm going to roast you for this take because it doesn't make any sense. Woody likes London, so he's going to move the Jets there. That's the take. I like London too. I got my London hat on. Woohoo. My Union Jack bucket hat. It's not happening. Could the Jets maybe want to play more games in London every year? Sure. I think we're going to get to a point where every team is going to have an international game on their schedule. I think that's the NFL's goal. That's why they're playing games in Ireland now. They did Brazil last year. They're doing Australia next year. Like, they want more international games to grow the sport. That's fine. Mexico City, they're doing games. I think eventually what's going to happen is we're going to get an 18-game season. Every team will play an international game every year. There'll be 2 bye weeks. The Super Bowl will be the day before President's Day. We'll all have off from work, or I won't because I work in sports, but most of the country will have off from work on that Monday. That's where this is headed. But the Jets are not headed to London. Could they play more games in London? Sure. But that doesn't mean they're going to move to London. You know, Woody, he likes London. There's something going on. Great. You know? I love, you know, traveling to cool cities too. That doesn't mean I'm uprooting my life and going there. That's not how it works. And once again, the NFL would never, ever take a franchise as valuable as the New York Jets and move them to London. They would take a team in a small market and move them to London. But I don't even think they would do that. It'd be a brand new team going to London. Be an expansion team. You wouldn't take a current team and move them there. I don't see it. Comments, questions, super chats, they cut the line. If you tuned in late, this is the final show before the AsmanJake raffle on Monday. On Monday, we're giving away a signed Aaron Glenn jersey, a signed Justin Fields jersey, and a signed Sauce Gardner jersey. So gift channel memberships to be eligible. Plus, let's do a daily raffle. Justin Fields jersey. You tell me the size, I send it to you if you win gift memberships to be eligible. And here's what we're going to do since it's the last show. All gifted memberships and super chats that qualify, it's +2. For instance, if you gift 5 memberships, you're actually in for 7. Want to give as many people as possible the chance to enter the weekly raffle on Monday. With that said, I'm going to open up the phones. I'm also Going to get to the super chats now. Your thoughts on Frankie V believing that there's more that meets the eye, that Woody Johnson could try and move the New York Jets to London. I am not buying it. But I'll tell you what, if the New York Jets do in fact go to London, the New York Jets better have a partnership with Hogwarts.
Abracadoodle.
All right, comments, questions, super chats. Here we go. Let's start it off with Daz, who's based in the UK. Tell me you don't know UK soccer without telling me you don't know UK soccer. There is only 7 Premier League teams in London. There are only 20 teams in the Prem. And we are talking about 7 in one city. Jets ain't moving. Amen, Daz. You're in the raffle for 7 with that 20-pound super chat. Ray Winter with a $10 super chat. He's in the raffle for 4. Taking an American football team, one from New York, not to mention one of the United States to go to London, is the most tanky V take of all time. What is he talking about here? He's tanky V, baby. Jets carpetbagger checks in. What happens when Woody's son inevitably inherits the Jets? Does he sell the team or just mismanage it? I mean, with the way sports franchises are now being valued, we can't rule out anyone selling the team now. The LA Lakers sold, for crying out loud. People thought that the Buss family would always maintain ownership of that team. And I don't care if Jeannie is still technically the acting owner. She's not. Just like Mark Cuban still had say over the Mavericks. How'd that work with the Luka trade? He has no power. So it's easy to say that, but I could definitely see Brick Johnson someday selling the team. Ladies and gentlemen, please gift membership so Patriots 12 doesn't win a prize. He gifted 5 memberships, which means he's in the raffle somehow, some way for 7. Thank you for the support. 6 rings. But man, we do not want you to win. But I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of integrity. So 6 rings, I am putting you down in the AsmanJake raffle for 7. Comments, questions, super chats. Do you believe the New York Jets could move to London? That's the question. Now let's get to some of your calls on this. First up today on the Gustbuster Hotline is a man who won a signed Aaron Glenn jersey yesterday on the show.
Purple belt Mike, he loves the dark night. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that purple belt Mike. Purple belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
Yo, if the Jets move, which I don't think they will, I will be officially done. That'll be like the straw that broke the camel's back.
I will say in a hypothetical scenario where they did move to London, I do think a lot of people would be done.
Yeah, I would be done. I'd be that guy that's a fantasy football fan, and I'm just gonna root for my favorite players and stuff like that, because I would feel like they weren't loyal to me after I've been loyal to them for my whole life.
Yeah, it'd be tough. They're not moving to London, but I'll play the game for the sake of this question here. If they did move to London, I don't know if I'd remain a fan. It'd be too hard. You're going to move.
Yeah.
This fan base has been that loyal, and you're going to move them out of the country. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, that's the boat that I'm in. Someone was saying yesterday, like, would you pick another team? And I was thinking about it. And no, I have too much Jet stuff. Half my closet is Jets. I couldn't just go to another team. I think I would just be a fantasy football fan at that point. And just be a football fan in general. But it's not going to happen.
No,
they're not going to do it. What's more realistic is as they wind up selling the team, and it becomes a measuring contest between like Bezos or Elon Musk, someone that really wants to have that on their resume. That's what I think. It would go to some billionaire tech guy.
Well, I mean, it'd be the biggest joke ever that they would move to London and they can't even figure out a situation where they could actually play in New York, where they should be playing. They should be playing next to Citi Field in an ideal world.
Yeah, or they move to Long Island and build a stadium where the Nassau Coliseum was.
Yeah, I don't think that area is big enough, but I would take that over MetLife. That's for sure.
Well, it would be because they would have to buy out the Marriott Hotel, and then you take that entire thing. It would be big enough if they did both.
I don't know. The traffic over there would be a mess, but
the traffic is a mess at a MetLife.
Yeah, but this would be a different animal. You doing on Hempstead Turnpike? Come on.
But you have 3 exits.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it, but
it would be annoying, but it would be better than the way MetLife is now.
You really got the Coach Cho look going on there, Mike. You got the beard
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah. I like Coach Cho, man. Coach Cho's the man.
He's a great man, a great leader, a great coach, a great philosopher.
He's a father too, right?
He is a father, a lover.
So to quote Charles Gorman, he's a great father, a great family man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Purple Belt Mike.
Purple Belt Mike, he loves the Dark Knight. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that Purple Belt Mike. Purple Belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
Ralphie with a super chat. He's in the raffle for 7, baby. +2 on all channel memberships.
Abracadabra.
We can't even get this team to Queens. There it belongs. It's true. We're going to talk about moving them to London, please. OG Jet fan. Tommy's in the raffle for 2. We're boosting memberships. Yeah.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
We're built to go to London, according to Tanky V. Justin is the recipient of the channel membership there. Appreciate you guys tuned in here on a Saturday. Shout out to everyone coming to our Yankee outing tomorrow. If you happen to be going to the Yankees game tomorrow, meet us at Billy's at 11:30, and you can hang out with some Asmaniacs, even if you're not sitting in section 223 with our group that's going to the game. Shout out to Nathan Shells. He just sent in a super chat with nothing attached to it. Nathan, if you have a question, we will bring it up on the screen. Dave Brigger writes in, move to London, and that's it for me. No way. We can't take that disrespect. It'd be the ultimate slap in the face to one of the best fan bases in sports. It will never happen. The NFL will not do it. Hawk writes in, I hope this is a joke. I'm not rooting for some butter-toothed London team. F out of here. I think people would rightfully be done if that ever happened. I would not tell any Jet fan they're wrong if they were like, I'm done. Paul Taxter in the raffle for 7. He is gifted not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 channel memberships.
Yeah, here we come, baby. Here we come. Here come the Jets, baby.
The following 5 listeners are now channel members: Danette Randall, Salem, John Woo, Barbarossa, and Jose Sanchez. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline. We go, and we say hello for the first time today to the Beast.
You know what time it is? I'm Beastbreaker 666. I'm gonna take my fist and shove it up your ass, and then he gotta go. Sell the team to London? Over my dead body. Over my dead body. You'll have to take this. You'll have to shoot me right here, and you'll have to shoot me right here. Come on. Hey, Woody, I got one place you can go. How about a mental hospital? You want to sell our boys to London? Get over yourself, boy. Forget it. Fat chance, not gonna happen. You can forget that and take it and shove it up your ass. We ain't going to London.
Hey,
Forget
Beast. Jay wrote in, Beast could take the train from London to Hogwarts for a reunion and to watch Quidditch. Have you thought about that?
See this? Do I look like I give a monkey's bottle of
For as
nutsack?
long as I can remember. Ever since I was a little boy, it was my dream to go to Hogwarts. People always told me, Beast, you're not a wizard, you don't know magic. But I said, I don't care, I'm doing it anyway.
This is gonna remain like this until people get the message. Wake up! Party's over. Time to grow up. And for one,
Abracadoodle.
we ain't selling the team. You can forget that. It's
Amen.
gonna cost money. It will not happen.
Whoa, hold on.
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
I'm being told you were in Star Wars?
Help me. Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Really? Princess Leia, give me a break. You know what? Now I'm starting to get really PO'd and pissed off and
Help me. Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Really?
Wow.
Really? No, this is really pushing it. This is pushing it. You know what? Maybe a vacation maybe actually does the trick, because I sure do need one. Pew, pew, pew.
Abracadoodle.
We'll check back in with Beast when he gets back from vacation. Appreciate the time as always, Beast. Some super chats here, and then we'll get right back to your calls. Dylan T checks in. He's in the raffle for 4. If they move the Jets to London, I would only care about college football and the draft. I don't think even Woody's that dumb to leave New York. It's not happening. That's why I just I don't think the NFL would ever allow it. They would intervene. You're not moving a New York team that's been here since 1960 to London. You would have an expansion team go there, if anything. And I think we're still probably at least another 10 years away from an international team being full-time in London. I don't see it. Definitely not with the Jets, though. I bet my life on the Jets never moving to London. That's how confident I am in that. Jets carpetbagger in the raffle for 4. More likely would be Woody investing in the new London expansion team, not moving the Jets. That could be good for Jet fans if Woody sells the Jets first. We could use new ownership. Yeah, I think Woody's going to own the team for the rest of his life. And then when his son takes over, could Brick Johnson eventually sell it one day? Sure. But I think there's going to be a Johnson owning the Jets for the rest of our lives as Jet fans. More of your calls right now, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the opinion of someone who knows all things New York Jets. Is he inside or outside? That is the question for you to decide.
I'm eyeing the exit. Jake, you say that you like Frankie V, but I don't know, man. You got 42,000 rabid followers here, and you're getting them all amped up against this guy. I don't know. I think there might be a hidden grudge there somewhere.
You know what? What I like about Frankie is that while I vehemently disagree with a lot of his opinions, I don't think he's faking it. Like, I think he genuinely feels this way, which I love. Like, if you have an opinion, back it up, and like that, you're good with me. I don't like the people in my line of work that are clearly just saying things to generate a reaction. I know, right. Frankie, I don't think he's doing that. I think he actually believes this, which is why I think it's great.
Well, that said, the opinion is terrible.
It's a horrendous take.
So I was just thinking, like, he's a billionaire. He's doing this guy Taxter a favor. How many billionaires do you know are doing $250 million favors for other billionaires? Like, that's not how you become a billionaire. It's interesting. Like, and Daz made the point, like, 7 of the 20 are premier teams are in London. I mean, that's the way that the league is going, right? They probably want to get a division there, right, at some point in Europe, like whether it's 1 in London or 2 in London, maybe 1 in Barcelona, another in Munich where they've played before. And then maybe they want another in the Americas. Maybe they want 1 in Mexico City. Maybe they want a Canadian team in a market that they think is ripe, that maybe doesn't have a Canadian franchise or something in South America. Travel is going to be such where it's going to be doable with the buys and stuff. They're going to be going to 18 games. It's just a matter of time and planning until they get there, right? So, this is coming, but I don't think that they want to move well-established franchises with fan bases that are rabid like ours to new markets. Now, a team like Jacksonville, that might be another story. But for them to move the Jets, which is kind of a historic team, and for a team that's really done nothing in their 60 years of existence, they kind of have like an interesting history. At least a history of losing that's compelling. It's just it's the way things are going, but we're not going there. And if we were to go there, like we'd have to hit Beast up some tips about where to eat and where to visit and where do I get our laundry done. And he's the guy who's going to know about all this because he's schooled there.
Give me a little abracadoodle, Kyle.
Abracadoodle.
Pew, pew, pew. Abracadoodle.
That's such a great spell. This is just set to be Beastbreaker in Star Wars. Now, this is a man's image beast, right?
That looks fair. That looks fair to me, except that lightsaber needs to be up a little bit more. A little bit more like
it's a little limp. It's a little limp.
It's weak. Not good enough.
I need some Viagra.
Get it up a little more. Make it look more.
Help me. Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Man, we even got the farts in there. I mean, that was perfect. I mean, that's more of a limp saber than a lightsaber there. If you're going to send me an image of Beast in Star Wars, the man needs a large saber, all right? We're not messing around here.
Pew, pew, pew. Abracadoodle.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be a poorly timed joke, but I'm going to make it anyway. Speaking of sabers.
Well, there's a feller they call Charleston Jets.
Here I am.
What? Cause he calls the show nude. Never wears a shirt. And some folks, they don't think he's got pants on either. It's a gosh darn nudist camp. Let's hear it for that Charleston Jets Rube and see if he has any Jets points
Don't
today.
worry about it. Hey, buddy. Can you hear me okay being on the beach?
Oh, we hear you, Rube.
Perfect. This is Mrs. Rube here. We're at the beach hanging out.
Love it.
I only think Jacksonville would be the team, but I agree. I think it would be, an expansion team before they would do anything. But yeah, that would be extremely disappointing. I mean, yeah, our history over the last 15 years has sucked, but we got some pretty good history with the reason why the AFL merged with the NFL. And the fact that, come on, we got some diehard fans that we haven't even made the playoffs for 15 years. That's got to account for something. Just out of curiosity, Jake, I know we got 2 for a pool call, but how about how much do I get for a beach call? Same?
Man, I'll tell you what. Let's
Going in the water.
Let's do 3 for an ocean call here. All right, give us a little splash down in the ocean.
All right. We got the ocean call. I don't want to go
go.
too deep because I don't want to fuck my phone up with the waves. They're kind of strong today.
Hey,
but
Rube,
yeah,
give
anyways, I think
give us a little abracadoodle on the way out of here.
Okay, I'm gonna first do something else because a couple shows ago I was requested this. I believe it was Frank P. But so I'll do that and then abracadoodle. Jets, Jets, abracadoodle.
Pew, pew, pew. Abracadoodle.
Love it. The Rube, baby. That's worth 4 right there. He gave us the jet chant at the beach too. Hawk writes in, bro touched toes to water. Said that's deep enough. It's been a tough show already, man. We're only 33 minutes in. Beastbreaker says that bleep has to go. You're not a fan of the abracadoodle beast? I think it's great.
For as long as I can remember. Ever since I was a little boy, it was my dream to go to Hogwarts. People always told me, Beast, you're not a wizard. You don't know magic. But I said, I don't care. I'm doing it anyway.
Man, the hacker's still taking over the computer. Dana writes in, Jake, that bucket was your breakfast. Cheerios. Pip, pip, Cheerio. I actually did buy this when I was in London last year for the Jets. I'm still laughing at Frankie's take. What he likes London. So that means he's going to move an NFL franchise from the New York area to London. I like London too. I had a great time. Unreal. Open phone lines. Reminder, if you call in, you earn a raffle ticket. All gifted memberships are +2 for the duration of the show. Our raffle is on Monday, and at the end of the show, let's give people a chance to win a Justin Fields jersey. We'll spin the wheel for anyone who enters this in-show daily raffle opportunity. More calls right now on the Gusbuster hotline is.
Oh.
I clicked the wrong button. I meant to click this.
I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
Hi, Jake.
David T, how we doing?
I'm doing fine. Hey, the last call, the beach scene in the water just leads me into promoting the Tampa game. If you like water and you like beaches, come on down to Florida. You know, that's going to be part of the perks to get to see the Jets, play in
Any
person.
new beaches down there?
You know what with this guy, and this is years ago, because my brother's been down here many years. One year I came down and I was young. I must have been in my 20s. And the guys were all married, and the family, and so we were sitting there, and they said, well, since Dave's down on vacation, we're going to take him over to Lido Beach. And they said, "Oh, you're not taking them over just for Dave. You guys all want to all go over there." But yes, there was a beach. It was not a nude beach, but anyway, it's Lido Beach, and I think it's just topless, and it's not anymore. But I remember it well. We went over, and my brother and his brother-in-law and a bunch. So we're walking along the beach, and the top, it's all, taking it all in, all shapes and sizes. And here, Jimmy's brother-in-law, he's leaning up against a catamaran on the beach with his girlfriend. Now she wasn't topless, so we stopped, and they had a big cooler of beer. So we ended up leaning on the catamaran, drinking beer, and taking in the sights of Lido Beach.
David T, you are a wild man.
Oh yeah, wild and crazy. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great David T.
I've got my eye on you. Checkmate me full screen. It's fireball whiskey time. David motherfucking T.
That's fair. That looks much better. A little bit more. That's up to par. That's 9 out of 10. A winner. Let's go to the next caller.
Help me. Roby-1 Kenobi. You're my only hope.
That looks good. That green lightsaber looks good. Blue one actually not too bad, but a little bit. This is a shitty version. That looks like shit. Do better. Get it much better, please. Pew, pew, pew.
Abracadoodle.
In the words of George Lopez, what? Ooh, don't. If I want something like that, I pick up the dog shit. Ooh, don't.
You get the fuck out.
Beast, thank you very much. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Make sure you guys like the video and have on that you want to receive channel memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, are you kidding me? Gerald McNearney, as I'm saying that, just dropped one of the first ever. We've only had a couple of these in the history of the show. A 50 spot of channel memberships. Gerald is Mimosa's brother. He is the listener that got the Asmaniac tattoo on his body. We should be sending him 50 memberships. Not the other way around, but he just made 50 people a channel member. It is +2, so 52 memberships for what it's worth. But are you kidding me? This is unreal. From Jerry Jet. Wow, 50. 50!
Pew, pew, pew. Abracadoodle.
Unbelievable. I got to get my umbrella. I mean, it is raining memberships.
Get your ass off my super chats. Some of these are gifted memberships too.
Hey.
The hell with it.
Unreal. Gerald in the raffle, 52. Wow. All right, here we go. It's raining, baby. Stand by. I got 50 names to read off. If you didn't get a membership after this, you may never get one because this is unbelievable. Thank you so much, Gerald. Really appreciate it, man. Still can't believe you got that tattoo. And be on the lookout next week for multiple packages of Asmaniac merch coming your way. Dre Day, the Jet Fan, BP York, Anderson Simpson, the lovely Sarah in Australia, Rick, Amari Glizzy, Who's Your Daddy, Late Night, Karen Lowe, DF, Mr. Lupe Lyons, Vicky L, Adriano's Block, Dre Correo, Robin Boy Wonders, Daniel Beware, Foolie McGooley, Lou E, JD, Taylor D'Onofrio, Alan has gonorrhea, John Malik, Orlando Vega, Mario, Hermel Patel, Beastbreaker is a wizard, Wanathan 0315, JFK, Emmanuel Baez, Stu Lowry, Gorman's never getting a job, Jet Stop, neither is Bobby, Michael James, J.O., Uriah Trailer, Cheats Fans a Murderer, Big Smoke, Tony Stark, Neil has 18,000 points, Donald Davis, All Hail King Lowski, Mike Feeney, Dark Knight Zoe, Gerbinder, Cy, Brian Damage, One Punch Brigger for Life, Irish Jet Fan, For the Jets 87, Woody Johnson Sell the Team, Rich Propenza, Frankie V's Takes Stink, Joseph Alberti, Alan Still has gonorrhea, Spencer Herbstreet, Rockness Monster, Sam Scherzian, you know Alan definitely has chlamydia, For the Culture, Irish Jet Fan, Brian Damage, Beastbreaker is still a wizard, Nick W, that might have been 50 plus some made-up names I threw in there. Ladies and gentlemen, a 50 spot from Gerald McNearney, a.k.a. Gerald Jet, who is the listener who got the Asmaniac logo tattooed on his body. Unbelievable. Wow. 50 spot. You can't make it up. Gerald, you're the man. You are the man. God. Okay. Where do we go from there? I don't know, but we're going to try and go to one of the greats. Artie's on the line. Hello, Artie.
Hey, Jake. How you doing today? Asmaniacs, how's everybody?
Oh, my God. 50 people just got memberships. That's how we're doing.
I know. That's incredible. You know, Jake, we're all looking forward to meeting Mimosa at the draft party. And when we did, we realized that, it didn't lie. She was an awesome person. I'm sure her family's awesome. I mean, Gerald's obviously a top-notch dude, man. I can't wait to meet them again.
Gerald, you got to call in, man. I got to get to the bottom of this tattoo with you, man. So many people were asking me about it, and I want to ask you a bunch of questions about the tattoo. If you could call in, Jerry Jet. Unreal.
Dave, I don't have the TV in front of me right now to see it, but did Dave Brigger ever get a membership?
I don't think so. Dave definitely doesn't have the setting on because that's the only thing that
well, the thing is, he has memberships in other channels, so I don't understand why. I mean, we got 3 people with gonorrhea, a couple of wizards, and a few unemployed people, but we can't seem to get Dave Brigger a membership yet. I think there should be a reward.
It's amazing. I don't quite get it either.
Anyway, Frankie V, I watched that show the other day. I put it on Discord as soon as I saw it because it just cracked me up the way he loves to troll Jet fans sometimes. And I definitely think it was a troll job. I thought Costello would be on there because a lot of time Costello's on there with them, but he wasn't that day. But yeah, there's no way they're moving to London. That would be absolutely ridiculous. I could see them starting an expansion team in England. I mean, that would be nice, but to move the team would be absolutely unbelievable.
I don't see it. Once again, I don't even see a current NFL team moving to London. I think it would be an expansion team if it ever happens. They wouldn't, I don't think, remove a team from a current market. They would expand. And I think the goal is eventually maybe 10, 15 years from now, maybe they have an entire international division in the UK. Ireland, London, all across like that area of Europe.
Yeah.
They've done games in Germany. They could have a European division that would be part of the NFL.
Well, I know they have football, American football leagues in Europe, But I'm sure if it would be better if the NFL would invest more in it to get better quality players to play over there. It might be a fun thing. Who knows?
I'm just. It's not going to be the Jets. Like, I just want to make that very clear. It's fun to talk about, pip pip cheerio, all that. Not happening.
All right. Well, abracadooble, everybody. Can you give me a get the fuck out, please?
You want that, or you want a full on abracadooble? Will you wave the wand a little bit?
Whatever you want.
All right.
You get the fuck out.
Yeah, we'll give you both.
Pew, pew, pew. Abracadoodle.
That's my new favorite spell, by the way. Abracadoodle. Unreal. I still can't believe Gerald just gifted a 50 spot. Gerald, if you're still watching, call it, man. Once again, for those who missed the show yesterday, Gerald sent me this in an email. I didn't realize at first that it's Mimosa's brother. That family just full of Jet passion. We know Mimosa's love of the Jets. She came to our draft party. But her brother, only recently, I was told, started getting into the show and got the AsmanJake logo tattooed on his body, man. Gerald says, Jake, I want that Fields unsigned jersey. Gerald, I'll tell you what. I'm sending you a Fields jersey whether you win or lose. So you're in the raffle, but I'm sending you one anyway. I'm assuming you're a let me check the email you sent me. I think you told me you were a large, right? So I will make sure that we send you a large Fields jersey. Yep. What color do you want it, Gerald? Green? White? Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bat Fella checks in. A 50 spot of channel membership.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
The super chat is getting boosted, so normally a $50 super chat would be 10. This is 12 for the Bat Fella, who says, President Asman, I've been investigating this hacker situation, and it has been confirmed that the source is coming from Canada. The Mounties have been notified to be on the lookout for that dastardly criminal 6 rings. I smell criminality. Wow, you hear that, Beastbreaker? Batfell is confirming that 6 rings has been the hacker. What do you make of this?
Someone's asking to be put in a steel cage. Patriots 12, I know you're...
For as long as I can remember. Ever since I was a little boy, it was my dream to go to Hogwarts. People always told me, Beast, you're not a wizard. You don't know magic. But I said, I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. And guess what? So what did I do? I grabbed the nearest wand and started flinging it around. Pew, pew, pew. Abracadoodle. Now nobody disrespects me because I'm a proud graduate of Hogwarts. And listen up, 6 rings. Keep talking and I get a spell for you behind the 7-Eleven.
Really bad. This is pissing me off really bad. Pew, pew, pew.
Abracadoodle.
Patriots 12. You and me, steel cage. I want your neck, your throat, and your body parts in a bag.
For as long as I can remember. Ever since I was a little boy, it was my dream to go to Hogwarts. People always told me, Beast, you're not a wizard. You don't know magic. But I said, I don't care. I'm doing it anyway.
I'm warning you, 6 rings.
Help me. Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Unbelievable. What a show. JT in the raffle for 4. Can't watch live and on mobile, but wanted to hop in the raffle. Hope it's worth an entry for or 2. Justin Fields 7. JT, appreciate your support as always, my man. You are in our Fields raffle for 4. By the way, we are giving away a Fields jersey that is signed by Justin. It's the green one that you see on the screen here. Comes with a certificate of authentication. That's on Monday. We got 3 prizes for the raffle Monday. Glenn jersey signed by him. Fields jersey, Sauce jersey, all 3. If you enter for any of the raffles that we've done this week, we've done a daily raffle on almost every show. You're automatically entered for that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we were dying to figure out who Jerry Jet was. He tattooed the AsmanJake logo on his body. We found out yesterday that Jerry Jet is the brother of longtime listener Mimosa. And Jerry Jet has called into the show. Jerry, welcome aboard, man.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, we hear you loud and clear, Jerry.
Now, first of all, Jake, it's Jerry Jet, not Gerald McNerney. It's Jerry Jet.
Jerry Jett. I love it, man. I can't thank you enough for I mean, I guess I should thank you, right? I mean, I also kind of feel
I can't thank you enough.
You put more pain on your body. Haven't the Jets caused you enough pain?
I love pain. I feel we've reached the top of the pain. It's only gonna get less painful.
So how much pain was the actual tattoo? Like I've been told by tattoo people that where you got it, right, the upper back, that's like a very sensitive area to get a tattoo.
I mean, if you've ever seen the Dave Chappelle clip, that's what it is. That hurt like a beep beep bleep beep bleep beep bleep.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine, man. So how long were you thinking about getting just a Jet tattoo in general?
10 minutes.
This was an impulse decision.
About as impulsive as it gets.
That is incredible. I cannot believe that just like that you did that. That's crazy.
But it came to me. It came to me, you know, as like an artistic vision, and you're responsible for it. It's all about you.
I know. I feel bad. I mean, like I'm really invested in Aaron Glenn being a good coach because you got the quote on your back, for crying out loud.
Absolutely.
That's
and I would prefer my jerseys, you know, if I ever win one, unsigned, but you can sign it. But I would prefer the unsigned version. You know, the tattoo will wear better than the signature. That's my guarantee. That's my promise to all Jets fans.
That's unbelievable. So, in your initial email to me, Jerry, you said you like kind of just started watching the show too, which even makes the story even more insane. So, when did Mimosa get you into becoming a regular viewer of the show?
It was on when I walked in the door, and I thought, "What the hell is this?" I usually listen to J-Mac, you know, committing suicide over Jet stuff every day. You know, this gives me, you know, a real reason to be positive. Actually, like a real genuine internal feeling that is usually never wrong.
So you feel
my
good
son
about
thinks
this team.
my son thinks 13 wins, they'll win the division this year. That's how crazy it is in the McNerney household.
You guys are the ultimate optimists. That's unbelievable. What gives you so much confidence in this team?
I don't think Aaron Glenn's kidding around. We finally have a team there's no divas on the team anymore.
So you were on board with getting rid of Rodgers, bringing in Fields, kind of starting over?
I never liked Rodgers. I thought he'd do exactly what he did, which was just overshadow the X's and O's of football with, I don't know, whatever.
Mimosa loved Rodgers. She was with me. She wanted Rodgers back for another year.
She said it. I mean, she almost kicked me out.
She also loves Thomas Morstead as well.
Yes, I do.
Well, you know, we can all love who we'd like to love. And so Jake, I love you. And I love the Jets.
Who's the older sibling? Is it you or Mimosa?
Oh, I'm 2 years older.
You're the oldest. Wow.
As you can see with this, whatever we call this thing now.
You got a great beard,
a gray beard. Yeah,
I love it. That's unbelievable. Let me tell you, I've been able to do some pretty cool things in my career, but someone actually getting a tattoo of our show logo is right up there with one of the craziest stories ever, Jerry. So I can't thank you enough for the support, and I hope it ages beautifully.
I appreciate the time, and I will talk with you again.
I love it. Be on the lookout for what color do you want the Fields jersey?
Oh, well, I mean, what are my choices? Green or white?
Green or white. That's what they have.
I think I like the white.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going with the white for Jerry Jett.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play you out the only way I know how, Jerry Jett. You're the man.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Unreal. I mean, God, look at this tattoo. Unbelievable. Great call by Jerry. What a debut call. What a first-time call. Unreal. I mean, I really am speechless. Just crazy. I have more calls here. What a show this has been. Pork of the morning. Up next. What's up, Pork?
Hey, Jake. How's it going, my man? Hey, I got a new auditing job. Just one assignment. It's at Hogwarts. They need me to audit their what's it called? Their enrollment records and see who graduated and who didn't. So that's what I'm doing this weekend.
Abracadabra.
see who actually enrolled there, who became a wizard, I know Beast is allegedly a wizard. It's a great accomplishment. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a wizard? And to have him in our group is amazing. We could have winning spells, right? There you go. I mean, we need to see the wand. Where's that picture of him riding that bird? That's a great picture. Very proud picture of Beast.
He like doesn't embrace his Hogwarts history for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. Hogwarts is awesome.
So he's hiding it,
This was also just sent to me too, by the way. Beast has been pretty coy about his athletic prowess at Hogwarts. Not only was he on the Quidditch team, apparently he was a A+ wrestler at Hogwarts as well.
Look at even that little Joey there with him. I mean,
first team all wizard, I was told.
That's amazing. I mean, these are accomplishments any man would be proud of. I mean, he should be on the Asmaniac Hall of Fame, actually. I mean, he's a top athlete. This is something to be celebrated. The next party should be in Beast's honor, like his graduation party. I don't know. We could have that maybe at one of the games or whatnot. It sounds amazing. And today I'm making some amazing edibles, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I made some fresh butter last night. And today we're not having our end of the month dart tournament. A lot of people are out of town. So we're just, going to throw darts and have like a little potluck dinner. So I'm bringing the fun.
Hell yeah, Pork. Well, let me ask you this. A lot of people I saw were writing it in the chat. You had that successful first date. Where does the latest with that, to quote Charles Gorman, lovely lady that you went on the date with?
No, it isn't going to work out. She's got 2 kids, and they're younger. So they're like 10 and 11. And we're around the same age. Me and her and my kids are 30 and 21. So, and we have different views on parenting too. So
I see.
Well, I mean, we're probably going to still stay friends and whatnot, but as a relationship, no. I'm going out with another lady this week on Thursday.
Whoa.
Yeah, a dinner. I'm not a dinner date, a lunch date. So
lunch date, interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes on.
What type of food spot for the lunch date?
I'm thinking Thai food.
Very nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of good Thai restaurants, maybe some ramen. I don't know. It depends on what the lady wants, but with them, they never can choose. So
yeah, make the plan. That's always the best way to go about it.
Yeah, make the plan and we'll hit it from there. So.
Yep, I love it, Pork. I'm excited for you, man. You're putting yourself back out there. All these dates are just good reps out there.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I'm living life again. I have my kids real young, so. It's like I'm a teenager again. You know what I mean?
Were you nervous before this was the first date since like pre-marriage for you, right?
Oh yeah, well, a long time. You know what I mean? Since like 2010.
Wow.
So maybe that was the last time the Jets made the playoffs. Maybe since I'm dating again, they'll make the playoffs.
I like it. We got a lot of things going for us, right? I mean, Purple Belt Mike, he sacrificed his ACL for the Jets this year. Jerry Jet got the tattoo of the Asmaniac logo. You're dating again. Beastbreaker's a wizard. Like, we got a lot of things going for us.
The wizard thing is amazing. I mean, now that we found that out, we could do a lot with that. I mean,
he's also a Jedi as well. We're just confused if he's, a Jedi in the sense of he's got a lightsaber or a beast saber, or is he more the Princess Leia type?
Well, maybe he's for Spaceballs Jedi. What were those guys called? The Schwartz or whatever. The Schwantz, remember?
That's a good point.
Maybe that's the type of Jedi, like Darth Helmet, because Spaceballs 2 is coming out. Maybe Beast could be in that movie. I mean, John Candy's part has not been taken. I mean, that dog guy that pals around with Lone Star. I mean, Beast could probably fit that in. He could probably pull that role off. I mean, I see big things for Beast this upcoming season.
I'm going to bring him on because it doesn't look like he's happy with the commentary here. Stand by.
Help me. Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Help us, Beast. You're our only hope. Help us,
See
Beast.
this right here? In the words of Austin 316, you could take that wizardry, shove it up your ass. Number one, the party's over.
The
show's over.
That's not nice, Beast.
You want raging violence? You're gonna get raging violence.
I'm not the one being violent, Beast. I mean,
No,
Wizards.
no. Party's over. Party's over big time.
There's
It's
no.
time to man up and get your balls reevaluated. So all these losers with their bloated bullshit, I hope y'all go to the doctors and go get your eyes fixed.
I got
Y'all
LASIK.
need professional help.
Work pretty
Y'all really need to go get professional help.
professional.
Y'all are just a bunch of idiots with low IQs, no bigger than toilet paper on a cold day.
I definitely need professional help for what it's worth. I root for the Jets.
You think I didn't spot that from about 3 miles out to Clayton? Oh, you can bet your ass on that one.
Definitely.
And you can take $1,000 and put that right towards the crap table.
Now I want to save my money.
Beast,
Well, you better.
I will. Thank you.
Playtime is over. Man up or get out.
There, look at there. Wizardry time. Wizardry time, not playtime. There he is. I mean, look at that picture, Beast. How
Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass.
This really hurts you hit all these, these.
You think I'm buying this crap? I never watched this bullshit from miles.
Abracadoodle.
Get out of here with that.
You were riding that,
I'm
that proud clock. Remember? Where's that picture?
I can tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing. You want to ride this bullshit? You can go ride it somewhere else. But me, my eyes are goddamn wide open. I'm like Jules right now from Pulp Fiction, just waiting to blast somebody. You want Ezekiel 25:17?
Hey, is that your favorite Tarantino movie, Beast?
The path of the righteous man knows all the sentences of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he, for in the charity of goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will goddamn know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance.
Where's the wand? You have to wave the wand when you're done with that.
Wand this.
There it is. There's your wands.
Yes.
So wand this.
Yes.
Take it to the bank and put it right in your pipe. Now
pipe.
move along.
Move along.
Move along to the next call. Where I'm done.
Hold on. Beast, I think the hackers have control again. I can't move along.
Well, tell them to go right down here.
Hold on.
I'm pissed off.
Uh-oh. Beast is gone. Pork, are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
What happened to Beast?
He ran away. I needed him to stick by me there, and he just left me as the hackers tried to take over.
He gets really angry about that wizardry stuff.
I don't know why. Harry Potter's not manly enough to him, but I don't get it. Harry Potter's awesome.
Right? I mean, he kills. I mean, he's a wizard. I mean, isn't Gandalf a wizard? I mean, he's pretty cool.
He defeated the most badass guy in the universe. He defeated Voldemort. Like, come on.
Yeah, and then Gandalf the wizard, he beat that Balrog thing. Remember, you shall not pass. That's pretty bad. Like, wizards are cool, but maybe Beast wants to be something else. But
man, what that is, we still don't know.
No, well, I'm gonna get to making these edibles, Jake. I'll let you guys let you know how they turn out. If anybody wants the recipe, I'll give it to them. It's really easy. No bake. Takes about 15 minutes, and then about an hour after that, you're baked after you eat the cookies and whatnot.
Pork, well done. Appreciate your time, and good luck with the date this week.
All right, thanks so much, Jake. Have a good guy.
Abracadoodle.
Yeah. Jets Worldwide. This is Snowball checking in. That tattoo is quite a display of dedication. Bravo, Jerry J. Unbelievable. And the location too, like on the back. I'm told by people who have tattoos that it really hurts in that spot. Man. Unreal. Snowball, you're in the raffle for 4 with that. New Q says Jake looks like he's going to an Oasis concert. I wish. I love Oasis. Last night I was at a bar and they had a live band, and one of the songs they played was Wonderwall. One of the great songs ever. All right, open phone lines if anyone wants in here. About an hour into the show. This is our final show until tomorrow. Or excuse me, till Monday when we're doing our raffle. Unless there's breaking Jet news. Maybe I'll do a show when I get back from the Asmaniac Yankee meetup. If you're coming to our meetup, 11:30 at Billy's. We'll have our own area, and we'll go into the stadium together. We'll be in section 223. It's going to be a great time. I haven't read what Gator just sent me. He sent me the chat AI summary. Let's find out if this is accurate or not. Viewers in the chat are discussing Beast's appearance and his knowledge of movies, particularly referencing Harry Potter and Pulp Fiction. Some viewers are showing support for Beast, while others are teasing him. It's a pretty accurate depiction, I'd say. Now, the AI chat has not mentioned Star Wars, though.
Help me. Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Comments, questions, super chats. Rich writes in, Obese-Wan Kenobi. Damn, Rich. Well, Albus Dumbledore is in the chat. Beast, why do you deny going to Hogwarts? You were my greatest student. Dude, Dumbledore, now that's a wizard. Dumbledore is as good as it gets.
Pew, pew, pew. Abracadadoodle.
God. By the way, the Star Wars clip and the Hogwarts clip, the guy who sent it to me, people were thinking it's Gator. The funniest thing is, I don't know who made this. These were sent to me by a guy who goes by the name Doug Johnson. Douglas Johnson. That's it. It's like an alias. So I don't even know who is. And now Beast is obviously denying that he went to Hogwarts. But unbelievable. Pat Morgan says, I love Jake, but this one feels like clickbait. We aren't going to London. Pat, I'm not the analyst saying they're going to London. Please go back to the beginning of the video. It's not clickbait. I played you the clip where this originated. It came from the New York Post Jet podcast, Gangs All Here. John says, Douglas Johnson is goated. Gator says, I wish I could take credit for those. Brilliant. Yeah, I know. Gator, I mean, he's the GOAT. But this guy, Douglas Johnson, is operating in the shadows. So, Douglas Johnson, if you're out there, please let me know your address and t-shirt size so we could send you some swag. Speaking of swag, merch store is open. We got summer items in there, shorts, t-shirts, bucket hats, regular hats, golf polos. Water bottles, tumblers, tank tops. I might have said that already. John writes in, is Jake coming to London this year? Gangrene UK looks forward to seeing you again. John, I am hoping to make the trip. I don't know just yet. I'm hoping to have some clarity this month. Even if I can't go, though, I recommend every Jet fan to go because Gangrene UK, Green Smoke, all the Jet fan clubs in Europe, they're awesome. And I think as great as last year was, this year be even better with the Jets being the home team. But the setup last year in London was just extraordinary. Once again, everything was great until the game. But this year's game it's a winnable game. Let's not act like the Jets can't win that game. They're playing the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos are a good team, but they're not a great team. And the Jets don't exactly have the disadvantage with the travel. I mean, it's closer to go from New York to London than it is Denver all the way to London. Also, Yo Holmes, you are so incredibly soft for your comments. I'm not even going to put them on the screen because I don't want to give you the gratification. But, like, come on, dude. Laugh a little bit. All right. We're an hour and 10 minutes in. We have reached the portion of the show where we do a segment that everyone loves. The segment, Ask Me Anything.
It's time for Ask Jake Anything. Ask about New York sports. Can't afford a therapist? Maybe Jake can help. We can even discuss if the moon landing was real. Seriously, ask Jake anything.
Ask away. Anything. Jets, sports related, random stuff related. Throw it in there. Jay wants to know if we have Hogwarts wands in the merch store. Man, might have to work on that. Carl Clark checks in with a $10 super chat.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
He is in the raffle for 4. We're boosting memberships. Justin Fields jersey raffle at the end of the show. Carl, let's see. He says, hey, Jake, I'm having a change of heart on Gary's moon landing theory. Just watched an interview with Bart Seibel. He has some damning evidence. Even got punched in the face by Buzz Aldrin for asking. Interesting. Carl Clark is on the side of Gary, potentially. Wow. Dave Briga is fired up reading this. That we know. John says, favorite Jet play you've seen ever that I've seen in person. I'm gonna operate John under seen in person. To me, it's one of 2 plays that I've seen in person, and they're both Garrett Wilson related. Either his catch against the Bills in the opener in 23, or the catch that me and a bunch of Asmaniacs all saw at the Halloween game last year during our group outing. It's one or the other for me. That was truly unbelievable. Dylan, are you going to week 1? Probably not, Dylan, unfortunately. Jesus, Jerry, is Turkey the place to go to get a hair transplant? No, Bosley is. Shout out to Bosley. They got an office in New York. Comments, questions, super chats, they cut the line. Bill M says, Woody would go out like Mussolini if he moved them. On a serious note, if Woody moved the Jets to London, which once again is not happening. If he moved the Jets to London, he would go down as one of the worst owners of all time. One of the worst owners, if not maybe the worst in New York sports history. If you're the guy that moved the Jets from New York to London, once again, it's not happening, but I mean, that would be one of the most disgraceful things an owner has ever done. Jetaholic. Do I play video games? And if so, what system? Not really anymore, Jetaholic. I used to be an Xbox guy. Xbox 360 was my go-to back in the day. But I guess the first console I ever had was the original PlayStation. Then I was a PS2 guy. Star Wars Battlefront, Madden. Played all that. And then when Xbox 360 was a thing during like my middle school years, high school years, we were playing Call of Duty, Halo, FIFA, NHL, Madden. Also, I had the PSP growing up, right? PlayStation Portable, MLB The Show, create a player, like MLB The Show 07. Matt Vasgersian on the play-by-play. That's like the GOAT game for me as a kid. Hawk says there'd be a video of Woody in New York like when they caught Saddam Hussein. It's never happening, but it'd be that level of disgrace. Jay says, Jake, did you go to broadcast summer camp like Josh and friends? No, I never did. They were not around when I was growing up. They're very cool. Bruce Beck and Ian Eagle have done a broadcasting camp together for years. Then they each now do a separate one. And I've known Bruce and Ian for a long time. Bruce is an Ithaca College alum. So I've had a relationship with him for many years. Ian's been on my radio show over the years. So I know people that, like friends in the business that have been like quote unquote broadcast counselors for kids like Josh and Connor. But I personally never been. I did go to camp growing up. I went to summer camp for 10 years, but not broadcasting camp. Rebecca, the Jets moving. No. Artulo watching on X. Artulo, thank you, man. You got to get on YouTube. That's where all the fun's at. Do you think after cut days, the Jets are going to find a more secure wide receiver 2 or trade for one? I'm not banking on it, Artulo. I think that they're going to roll with the guys they have. I'm still a little skeptical. Lazard's definitely on the team, but if they're keeping Lazard, I think they're going to keep 6 receivers. And I think it's going to be, if everyone's healthy, Garrett Wilson, Josh Reynolds, Alan Lazard, Arian Smith, Tyler Johnson, Xavier Gibson. And that's it. I don't find a spot for Malachi Corley. Jay says, should the Tennessee Titans wear the New York Titans throwback? No, there's no connection. No connection at all. So I would say no. They also shouldn't wear the Oilers stuff. That belongs to Houston. The Texans should be allowed to wear the Oilers throwbacks. It's ridiculous. The Houston Oilers belong to Houston, not Tennessee. Doesn't make any sense. I don't even like the New York Titans uniforms, by the way. I'd much rather the Jets wear the throwbacks that they wore last year. It's weird calling those jerseys throwbacks because, like, me as a Jet fan who, like, started becoming a fan in the 2000s, like, those are the jerseys, man. Like, those are the jerseys that the Jets had the most success in. They made the playoffs 6 times growing up in those jerseys. Not quite old enough to remember 98, but I remember the 2000 teams, man. First jersey I ever owned was Pennington. Eli says, Jake, what's your Mount Rushmore of donuts? Eli, good news. The Wayne Corbett jersey that was on back order finally arrived. So I'm going to try and mail that out to you today before I go to Long Island for something tonight. Mount Rushmore of donuts. Great question. I mean, call me cliche, but I'm putting the glazed donut on there. It's the classic. So that's one. I mean, I'm a Boston cream guy. I am. Putting that on there, that's 2. I like chocolate donuts, so I need to put a chocolate glazed on there. That's 3. And then I think I have one more. One more donut. It's tough. I'm not really a strawberry guy. I mean, I like chocolate. Could I double up on chocolate? Could I do like the chocolate frosting donut that Dunkin' Donuts does? Am I missing an obvious one? I got to think about this. I got 3 of the 4. Jedaholic says, I actually think I had a Sanchez Titans jersey. I think we only pretend to like those jerseys as Jet fans because they won games with those jerseys. Favre threw 6 touchdowns as a Jet against the Cardinals in the New York Titans jersey. Sanchez got off to a 3-0 start. And in that game against the Titans, remember they wore the Titans jerseys? He had that rushing touchdown where he should have exposed himself that way, but he did. Like the Jets won some games. The Jets won a game on my birthday. I don't know why I remember this, but I'm crazy. 2011, they played the Jaguars. It was on September 18th. It was my birthday. They blew them out. I think it was like week 1 or week 2 of the season. That had to have been week 2 because they played the Cowboys week 1 that year. And they killed them. They wanted, like the Jets, someone should look it up. What's the Jets record in the New York Titans jerseys? They only wore them in 08, 09, 10, and 11. I don't think they wore them once they went to Nike. So that's only a 4-year sample size, right? Oh, did they wear them before that? I don't think they wore them in 07. I could be wrong. My earliest memory of them is 08 wearing them. So that'd be 08, 09, 10, 11. That'd be 4 seasons. And they definitely had a winning record when they wore them. So I think that's why fans romanticize them. But they're ugly jerseys. I'm sorry. I'd rather than wear these jerseys, the Glenn 96 jerseys. New Q says, I remember they scored like 98 points wearing them versus the Cardinals. That was the Favre 6 touchdown game. Revis had a pick 6 in that game too. Hawk says, Halloween game, Garrett, 2 catches in that game that were amazing. Yeah, people forget, Hawk, you're actually spot on. So Garrett, of course, had the one-handed grab in that game. The other catch he made that was amazing was the one-handed that he had the first touchdown on, but it kind of gets lost in the shuffle because all we remember from that game is the Garrett catch, and also to a lesser extent the Malachi Corley drop. Which, isn't it amazing that didn't end up costing them the game? That would have been so Jets-like. Somehow they survived that. Someone do me a favor because I'm hosting the show. Look up the Jets record in the New York Titan jerseys. And while people are doing that, let's get back to your calls. Reminder, this is the last show before the Raffle Monday. All memberships and super chats that qualified are boosted +2. So you have a chance to win a signed Aaron Glenn jersey, signed Justin Fields jersey, and a Sauce jersey that's autographed by him on Monday. And at the end of the show, someone's going to get a Justin Fields jersey. You got to tell me if you want it in white or if you want it in green. And we'll send it to you. Rebecca says, have we seen Gorman? No. But the next time we see Charles Gorman, everyone better be ready to play along. Gorman Bingo is officially coming to the Jake Asman Show. And if you're on Discord, you have to download your Gorman Bingo card. Hold on. It's not letting me show it. There it is. Jack says 14-29. No. I don't mean their all-time record as the New York Titans, Jack. I mean their record when they wore it as a throwback for those 4 seasons. Eddie says, young Jamie Presley or Margot Robbie? Margot Robbie. More calls right now, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
He's pointing. Garrett Box point at you. Garrett Box he point at you. Garrett Box I'm pointing. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. Garrett Box point at you. I point.
What's up, Jake?
Did you see the super chat from Carl, who is a Moonlander denier now?
I did not. I'm really late joining in the show. I missed most of the early part of the show. Is this real? I mean, it's not real. If Woody went to the NFL and said, I want to take a team out of the biggest market in the world and move them, he would laugh at them. Right? I mean, there's no reality to this.
No,
right?
And it's not my opinion that Woody's going to even do that. Frankie V was the one who went on a whole thing on it, and we played that, and I respect his opinion, but I disagree with it tremendously.
But the NFL would never allow a team to move from New York to anywhere. They're not moving a team out of New York City to...
Correct.
Right. If you're going to move a team to London, it's going to be Jacksonville or something like that. It wouldn't be the team in the biggest market in the country and lose that rating. They would never do that. And you would have to get approval from all the other owners. And I would never want to play in London, so I would vote against it. Or at least a majority of the owners would have to approve it, right? The move?
Yes.
I know that's the way it works in basketball. I think that's how it works in football.
Yeah, you can't just unilaterally just take a team. Like that's not it's not how it works.
The donut take. The Boston Cream's got to go on it, but can we call it something else, like the Gulf of Texas? Like, can we just? I don't want to put anything called Boston on anything.
What would you call it?
We have to come up with another name for it. I'm with you. It's got to be on the Mount Rushmore of donuts. I love Boston Cream donuts, but I don't like calling it that. We got to come up with another name for it.
The Bee Cream,
something like that. Yeah, I can't put any. I hate the city of Boston. I can't put anything Boston on it. But then an apple crumb donut, a vanilla cream donut, and then can we go with anything you can get from a donut shop? Because then an apple fritter has to be on it too. But an apple fritter is not really a donut, right?
And yeah, that's
not really you'd get it from a donut shop, but it's not really. That's not a donut.
Yeah, we need a true donut. Like we're not doing like, oh, you could get it at a place that sells donuts, like an actual donut.
It's not,
Mount Rushmore.
Apple fritters are good though. I can't go in donut shops anymore. Like even to get a cup of coffee, I can't go in a donut shop because I have no self-control. I'll walk out with 6 donuts, so I can't even go in to a donut shop. Can't do it. I have zero self-control with donuts. Donuts are so good. And then you said that.
What do you think of Beastbreaker cream? Rebecca suggests that for the donut name.
It's better than Boston cream. If those are my two options, I'm going with Rebecca on this one.
Hey, Beast, are you there? What do you think of the name Beastbreaker cream? Beast? Beastbreaker? Well, you might not be there.
I'm going live with Connor Long and the Brooklyn Boys in about a half hour.
Nets basketball?
Nets basketball, baby. We're gonna talk Nets basketball. You gonna check it out?
Of course, I'll be locked in.
All right, cool. I haven't met any. I don't know their takes yet on the draft, but I'm sure they don't like them. I haven't met one Net fan who thinks, "Oh, the Nets did well on Wednesday." I never met one person, Nets fan or not, just any basketball person says, "Oh, the Nets did really well on Wednesday." I haven't heard that as a take yet.
I just can't believe they picked 5 players. Like I didn't try and. I'm sure they tried the trade up, right? It's easier said than done. But how do you not just like find some sort of trade just to like get picks for next year and call it a day? Like how are you going to find time for 5 rookies to get any development and play?
They easily could have moved up, right? They checked in with, from what I understand, 2, 3, and 4. So that's San Antonio, Philly, and Charlotte. And I guess they didn't want to. I was outside waiting to get in the building, and it was me and a bunch of Sixers fans. And I said, how about this for a trade? 19, 22, Cam Johnson for Paul George and 3. And every Sixers fan jumped at it because they're getting Paul George off the books. For a Net fan, I'm not going to be good for 3 years anyway, so I'll just take Paul George's contract and just eat it, right? Just kind of like whatever. But I'm getting Ace Bailey in return, and I'm giving you 19 and 22. Every Sixers fan jumped at that. Yeah, you gotta take Paul George? We'll do that. But like that's a trade that could have got. They could have moved up. They could have got a second lottery pick. They could have put 19 and 22 together and moved up to 14 or 13. They could have done that. It wasn't. It's not even that hard. Like once they got 22 in that Celtics and Hawks trade, I was like, oh, this is great. They're definitely going to get a second lottery pick now. And they just sat there. It's not even like I think each individual pick is egregious. It's the collection of what they did.
Yeah, the team building approach, like it doesn't make any sense.
No, you can't even play these guys at this point. I'm a big best available guy, but if they all play the same positions, like all right, we
So are they going to put guys in the G League then, basically, and that's how they're going to get time?
I would suppose so, especially Seraph. But like this is a year that you're supposed to play your rookie because like there's no expectations, right? Like the Nets aren't even trying to win this year. So that's a year you want to give your rookies as many minutes as possible. Like if they play Cam Johnson and they re-sign D'Angelo Russell and those guys win you games, what does that do for you? Like that's a loss right there. If I win games because Ben Seraph and Danny Wolf get cooking, so be it. Right?
Don't worry.
Like, okay. Yeah.
At least one team that used to play at Barclays Center got it right in the draft. Let's go Islanders, baby.
The Islanders, yeah.
Big night for the Islanders.
Is it the Islanders playing in Brooklyn?
They don't play in
Brooklyn. They did, though. For a couple of years, they did, right?
Yeah, they never should have.
Yeah.
It's a joke, but they did for a few years.
I've never been to that new arena, the one in Elmont or whatever it is. How
UBS?
is that?
Great
UBS,
arena.
Yeah.
Great.
It's great. It's got to be better than the old dump. That's a Coliseum. Anything is better than that.
I mean, I love the Coliseum, though, because it was our dump.
That's like saying I love Shea Stadium. No, you loved it because you have history there. No one liked that venue.
Of course.
Yeah, I get it,
okay.
yeah.
But, like, also, as far as, like, the actual, like, sight lines, like, sure, like, having to go to the bathroom at the Coliseum, you're better off wearing a diaper and pee your pants. Because if you go during intermission, you're still going to miss the entire next period no matter what. So I understand that. But there was not a venue in New York that rocked the way the Coliseum could rock for big hockey games. Like I went to so many playoff games growing up. Like the Coliseum was the best, man. It really was.
I went to one hockey game in my whole life, and it was at the Nassau Coliseum. I was at Hofstra. I went to.
And it was probably rocking.
Yeah, the Islanders were really bad then, like really bad. I think they were bad. So this was like you would have been like 10 years old, I guess, probably 7, 8. Like they weren't very good then. 2002, 2003, probably that season, something like that.
Well, they made the playoffs in 2002.
Did they?
That was the Sean Bates penalty shot year.
I don't even know who
you
that
wouldn't
is.
know.
I only know the name of the goalie, but I don't remember his name.
Rick DiPietro.
There you go. Yeah, DiPietro.
My
And
coworker.
Yeah, and I know the name of the old Rangers goalie, but I can't say it. I know it has a lot of consonants in a row.
Henrik Lundqvist.
There you go. Yeah. I can't say that guy's name. Lundqvist. And then the only 2 hockey players currently I can name are the same guys I can name for the last 15 years. Crosby, said the kid, and Ovechkin. I don't know Ovechkin's first name, but I think it's Alex, right?
Alexander Ovechkin.
Alex. Okay. Those are the only 2. So I can't name any hockey players.
He's a big Moonland guy, though.
No, he's not.
His conspiracy, though, is not that it didn't happen. It's that Russia went first.
I was going to say, Ovechkin strikes me as a Russian name. I don't think he's a moon landing guy. He thinks Russia went there first?
Yeah, I made that up. I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah. I bet if you really put the screws to him, Ovechkin would have some questions about the moon landing. That's all I'm saying.
Gary, what's your take on Jerry Jett getting an Asmaniac tattoo? When are you getting one?
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, but like whatever. I got a buddy who has a tattoo of Ken Griffey Jr.'s catch where he's like climbing the wall. It's an awesome tattoo. I would never put it on my body, but I'm glad you did. I'm not putting that on my body, but that's an awesome tattoo.
Man, I think you should get an Asmaniac tattoo. You should get a 3D boxing tattoo as well. Get them both.
I'm not putting any. I may or may not have a tattoo. The world will never know.
You have a tattoo, really?
I may or may not.
Where is
hidden.
it? If you possibly had a tattoo, where would it be on your back?
If I possibly had a tattoo, it may or may not be on my shoulder. My cousin is a year older than me, and he came back. He was in the military. He came back, sleeves. And my grandma about cried. The one from Italy. And she's like, you have such a beautiful body, and God gave you such a beautiful body, and you marked it up. So when I got a tattoo, I wanted to make sure she couldn't see it. If I did get a tattoo, I wanted to make sure she didn't see it.
What do you think of this image of Beast with the glazed donut here?
Is that a Krispy Kreme donut?
Let me ask him. Beast, is that a Krispy Kreme?
I haven't had Krispy Kreme in years.
That strikes me as a Krispy Kreme donut. Okay. That looks good. A glazed donut is hard to beat.
I will take my old school Buttermaid any day of the week. Now, Gary, you don't remember that name, Buttermaid?
That doesn't even strike a. That doesn't even ring a bell.
I remember having Buttermaid when I was a kid. It was awesome.
Is that a regional thing? Is it a Chicago thing? I've never heard of it.
Go to the Google name. Go to the name Google. Look up Buttermaid donuts. You'll love it.
What's the website for Google?
Are you this stupid? Or are you just gonna stand there with your hand up your ass?
Buttermaid donut. Buttermaid donut.
Look up the name Buttermaid. Go to the Google department. Go to Google.com. Go to your search engine and look up Buttermaid.
Buttermaid donuts. It comes up. Yeah, this is a Midwest thing. They have it in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Indiana, and Illinois. They don't have. Yeah, we didn't have these.
Well, they were delicious.
Okay.
I used to get them when I was a kid. They were really good back in its heyday. Now we don't even know what the hell we have anymore.
Hey,
there is another product that it's actually really good here.
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
Beast, are you a Sith Lord?
Are you just gonna? This looks not. I'm not too sure on that one. Not sure.
You kind of look like Bill Belichick here.
He does look like Bill
I don't
Belichick.
like that son of a bitch.
Decker loves Harry Potter. What's your
guy's an
Harry
asshole and a piece of shit.
Whoa. Calm down, Beast.
I hated Belichick. Couldn't stand him then, can't stand him now. Now go back to Gary and then let me be at peace.
Yeah, Jake. Let Beast tell you how to run your show.
This is Princess Beast Leia.
Oh,
Beast Leia.
Please.
These are all being sent to me, Beast. I'm assuming this is not real.
This is like a joke and a half.
Yeah. How long until AI causes World War III? How long does that take? Another couple months? 6 months?
Don't
pretty
worry.
close.
Don't even worry. Bill M., you could take this with you. You piece of slutty crap.
Whoa. No one's.
What are you upset about? With the potty mouth?
I'm not the playfulest person in the yard. I'm like the Undertaker. Just remember these words. This is my yard, boy. When the Undertaker was born, the Undertaker was the dominating force. Now you're playing with the Undertaker. You want to play fire with fire, you're gonna get one.
He hates Harry Potter, Gary. I don't know why. I love Harry Potter.
Yeah, but
yeah,
Decker
dude.
loves Harry
Oh,
Potter.
yeah,
It's like
I hate it.
Decker's.
Freaking passion.
What's the? I'm not like a fan, but like Decker watches, so I get into it with it. What's the issue? Like, there's nothing bad about
It's
it.
trash.
Why
In
is it
the
trash,
words of my
though?
good friend Bruce Blitz, abracadadoodle. It's trash.
All right. Why though? Like, what's the reasoning behind it? Like, just tell me why.
It's garbage. I hated it in high school. I didn't care for it. I hated it now. It's even worse than it is now. You can take all that crap, roll it up into a ball, turn it sideways, and stick it straight up your asses.
Would you rather watch Harry Potter or Rachel Ray's 30-minute meals? Watch
Yeah,
Rachel Ray
I'd
cook a
rather
meal in
watch
30
the
minutes.
Terminator from '84.
Obviously, but that wasn't a choice.
I'm a Terminator guy.
Hey, Paul writes in, nowhere else can I go to watch grown-ass men make fools of themselves. Thank you, Jake. Paul,
Would
it is
you
quite the honor.
Would you rather $5 million or cancer?
You think money is the big answer to everything? Money is the root of all evil.
I'm just asking,
Don't
would you
think-
rather $5 million or
I'd
cancer? It's not a trick question. What would you rather have? $5 million, I would take.
I'd rather lay on
What?
my back dead than put up with idiots on crack cocaine.
Beast, why are we yelling? I don't understand why this question requires
I don't
yelling.
understand why that question would trigger him. I'm just asking, what would you rather have?
I don't play the
I
petty
think the answer to me, at least.
Abracadadoodle.
I had to cast a spell to get him off for a second.
Yeah.
What type of cancer? How serious is the cancer? Because that's the
terminal.
only. It's
$5
terminal.
million terminal cancer or $5 million straight to your bank account. What would you rather have?
Then that's easy. You obviously. You obviously don't want the cancer. Who cares how much money you get? You're not gonna be alive.
People, there's like this man on the street that asks people a question. Everyone like doesn't comprehend the question. Like, what's the catch with the $5 million straight to your bank account? It's like, what's the deal with cancer? Terminal. It's like, well, I'll take the $5 million. It's like, same.
Yeah, I thought it's you have to get terminal cancer to get the $5 million.
It's you got two choices. You get choice A is cancer. Choice B is $5 million sent directly to your bank account.
Yeah, I'll take the $5 million as long as it's legal.
Same. Even if it's not legal, I'd rather fight that than fight cancer.
I
don't want cancer.
Yeah, but there's different levels of cancer. Like people could have like a low type of cancer that
Yeah, it was like the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where Larry goes to the doctor. Is that the good lymphoma? Is that the good Hodgkins or the bad Hodgkins? And the doctor's like, I don't know that it's good Hodgkins.
like a cancerous tumor, they could remove it. Like it. But
yeah,
lung cancer could kill. Like there's different levels to cancer.
Sure, there's like colon cancer, which is terrible, and then there's like prostate cancer, which is very slow moving. So, yeah, but I don't want either one of them. I would just take the $5 million, I guess.
Yeah, I would take $5 million.
Yeah, I'd take the $5 million.
All right, Gary. Well, I feel like we covered a lot of ground today.
All right, that was good.
Before you go, can you give us a little abracadoodle?
Oh, I thought you wanted me to point. I thought that's where we were going with this.
Well, you could point like a wand.
You just want me to say abracadoodle? Abracadoodle?
Yeah, but you got to point. You got to really get into it.
I'm not going to do all that. Abracadoodle. That's the best.
Abracadoodle.
Thank you, Gary. Ladies and gentlemen, we waited long enough. Right before we went to Gary, Mimosa dropped a 20 spot of channel memberships. Mimosa with 20. Her brother, Jerry Jett, earlier gave us, I think only like the 4th or 5th all-time 50 spot of gifted memberships. So the Mimosa family of champions combined 70 gifted memberships in a single show. Unbelievable. What a world. What a country we live in.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's right. It's raining memberships. I'm going to read these off. We'll get to 1 or 2 more calls, and then we will wrap up the show with the Justin Fields raffle. Mimosa's in for 20. If you hear your name, she made you a channel member. And check out the members-only video I posted today for those of you who are channel members: John Bello, Nauer Power, Good Vibes, Paul D, Rudy Hartman, C-Biz, Joey K, Nayus OZ, Anthrax 00G, Nestor Bodden, Chris Fine, Brandon Ace, You're a Wizard Beast, Smoking Cactus, Dave Baldenza, BC, Grapes Gone Wild, Frankie V's Takes Are Insane, Mark Grossman, James Laverty, J Law, Molan Lave, all receiving a gifted membership from the great Mimosa. Unreal. Unreal. Blast off. Blast off indeed with our channel memberships. Let's go. Gusbuster.com, by the way, if you want a Gusbuster umbrella. Okay. Here's what I want to do. I want to get to a couple of these questions that we bookmarked from the Ask Jake Anything segment. PBM want to know my favorite Islander. Probably Matt Martin, all-time favorite Islander. Glad he's staying with the organization and in a advisory role. Jetaholic says this show is definitely the best sports game. Appreciate that, Jetaholic. This show is a Jet show, but also about the lives of Jet fans. I've heard people say like the Howard Stern kind of Jet show. It's a little mix of everything here. Now, for those who are maybe finding the show now, which is probably not many of you because most people discover the show in season. If you haven't been with us for a Jet season yet, I mean, it gets crazy. The calls, the takes from people, the post-game shows. Just insane. We've only had a couple post-game shows where they were following just unbelievable Jet wins over the last couple of years, and those are the most fun shows by far. Not even close. My favorite show maybe I ever did was the show last year, the night I got back from the home opener until they crushed the Pats. It was euphoric that night. Eli says, how much do I think the Jets would sell for today? I mean, New York, it's a team with a history. There's so many rich billionaires out there that probably have ties to New York, maybe grew up fans of the Jets. I mean, whatever the valuation is, someone might be willing to throw all that out and say, this is a passion play for me. I don't care. So how much did the Lakers go for? 10 billion? I think the Jets could come close to that. I do. I mean, it's a New York team in the NFL, the most valuable league in the world. Big fella, if the Jets moved to England, I'd be completely done with them. You should be. I don't think it's going to happen, though, folks. I'm, wearing this hat as a joke, and we played the comments at the beginning from the Gangs All Here podcast. I'm not buying it. Jesus, Jerry, 18T girl or Margot Robbie? Come on, Jesus, Jerry. This is amateur hour. That's like asking, do I want, Tom Brady or Zach Wilson to be my quarterback? With all due respect. PBM says, I have a white Mark Sanchez Titans jersey that's autographed by Calvin Pace. Is there a more random Jet memorabilia item than a Titans jersey? Mark Sanchez Titans jersey that is signed by Calvin Pace, who's one of the more underrated Jets ever, by the way. Chris says, hit the like button. Chris, you got to call in, man. You're the most positive guy in the chat all the time. We'd love to see you on the show. Oscar says Beast was out of line calling Harry Potter trash. I don't know why he hates it so much. It's a great franchise. Jay says Carvel ice cream, Rita's. Well, what is this? Core Bros? I've only heard of the first two. I love Carvel. Now, Jay, let me ask you a question. How does Tom Carvel go to the bathroom? Whoa. Jay, let's see if you got that one. And I'm going to play this for myself. Kyle Clifton at the buzzer. Kyle, I'm glad you did that because I am, as we speak, multitasking here, putting together the raffle names. This is worth 4 because we're boosting all memberships. Final show till Monday when we have our raffle. All right, here we go. Home stretch. Coach Oglick is on the line. Coach, your signed jersey might have arrived. I'm not sure.
Awesome. When I get home later, I will check it out. What's up, everyone? Bobby Nystrom.
Legend.
That's my Islander.
Legend.
Shows my gray beard off.
He broke
I wanna
color war at my mom's sleepaway camp, I'm pretty sure, back in like the 80s.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Color wars. Oh, good old days. So innocent back then, and now corrupted by the Jets. I want to go on the record in saying I think I may agree with something that Gary said earlier, which is the league would be nuts for allowing any owner to move the Jets out of the New York market. And the big fella made a comment about just giving it up. Gosh, I'm so torn. Like, we're such a passionate, loyal fan base. And I was thinking about, all right, let me see if I could process some emotion. What would happen? I think I'd be really hurt. I mean, I love this team. I love the fan base. This is who I am, right? So I don't know how I would respond. I would need some therapy specifically around that. I having a hard time processing those feelings, and it's not even real.
Once again, never going to happen, but I think some maybe would still follow the team because it's just like we're just too addicted, but a lot wouldn't because it'd be like the ultimate slap in the face to your fans to move the team. The Jet fan has been with this team through all the lows and continues to pack the building and support and buy merch and believe and look at all the YouTube shows that year round are doing content on the team that's been so bad. If they ever left to go for a money grab, which is what it would be, right? Because it's not like they're leaving because they can't sell tickets or there's apathy here and the building's empty and people don't care. They'd be leaving just for what would be a money grab. And I'm not even sure how much more money they would make moving to London versus being in New York.
No, it'd be having their own stadium or something like that. They're going to offer to build them a stadium. I don't know. That would hurt a lot. I'd be upset. I think B spends a lot of time up in that attic building pillow forts. I put that in the chat before, and I think when he gets upset, I think Beast, I'm talking to you. I think you ought to make a pillow fort, and I think you should get in there and play with your action figures, and chill out, calm down. You make some good points every now and then. I'm going to give you that. And you certainly are entertaining for anyone who likes wrestling. You definitely connect with that part of the fan base. But don't burst a blood vessel or have a heart attack or something, getting upset over Harry Potter. I haven't seen any of the Harry Potter movies or read any of the books, and I'm okay. I don't have to hate on it. But I don't watch wrestling on Friday nights or whatever you do. Yeah, my son and my wife love it. I mean, everybody loves it. Teachers teach the book, and kids dig it. And what are they making a fortune on Harry Potter Land in Disney? It's whatever that is.
It's
I was at the
Universal.
San Francisco Giants game this week. It's Universal. I was at the San Francisco Giants game this week, and the guy sitting next to me is a Washington Commander fan. And he saw my Jets gear, right? And he's like, hey, I'm upset that they changed their name. I was a Redskins fan. And I said, what do you got to be upset about? The Commander's name isn't awful. They didn't move the team. You got a good owner. I'm jealous. And then that got me thinking about the Jets. Like, if a new owner came in and they changed the name or the logo, I don't know if I'd be happy with the name change. I could deal with the logo change. I'm not sure a name change. I see where he's coming from. I'd be upset.
Yeah.
I don't have a pool to jump into.
Coach, I appreciate your call as always, man. You're a little delayed, so I'll let you run. But if your jersey didn't arrive today, it should be coming because I sent it out whenever I did. I got to check the UPS on it. But 100%. Look, the Commander fan, I mean, I'm sure in an ideal world, they're long time fans would rather be called the Redskins again, but I gladly would trade the name Redskins for Commanders to have Daniel Snyder not own my team and we have Jaden Daniels. Like, it's worth the sacrifice in the team name. Getting rid of Snyder's the biggest thing because the new owner, Josh Harris, will be the owner of the team long after even Jaden Daniels is done playing. And we all know it starts at the top with ownership. They got to hire the right people and stay out of the way. That's the thing. But yeah, I mean, like without question, I think if you're a Commies fan, you're through the moon with excitement for this year. I mean, you're coming off an NFC. The Commanders are like what the Jets were going into 2010. They had that the 09 season, comes out of nowhere, go all the way to the championship game with a rookie quarterback. And until probably 2023, because it had been so long for the Jets to have like that type of expectation level, 2010 with the Hard Knocks that summer too, that was the most excited as a fan in my lifetime ever was for a Jets season. And they actually lived up to it too. That's what made the 2010 team awesome. And that team was so good. They were so good, man. And they just were so clutch. They just found ways to win games late. I mean, how many wins do they have in overtime or at the end of regulation? Think of that game against the Texans with the Santonio Holmes touchdown after the long Braylon Edwards catch from Sanchez. They had the tone time heroics in Detroit and in Cleveland. Week 2, Sanchez throws like 3 touchdowns and they beat the Patriots. They go on a roll. Remember they won that dramatic game on Sunday Night Football in week 3, I think it was that year. Man. 2010 Jets. Might have to do a rewatch. Beastbreaker says, no more of this Harry Potter trash. Now They Live is coming. Vampires, James Woods is coming. Okay. I am just about ready for the raffle. I'm putting together the names right now. I'm going to play a short clip on the other side. I should be ready to roll to pick a winner for this Justin Fields jersey. So stand by. We're coming right back. It is almost time for the latest Asmaniac raffle.
Vote for Neil. Of course you can, because he's a great grandfather and he loves his children's children. And cigars. And of course, ugly sweaters. And he drives his friends to Jets games and has hot women all around him. Who the heck is that hot chick? And a beautiful, cute dog, of course. Here he is with some Jets players. I think this guy helped Aaron Rodgers end his season. And I don't know, is that Curtis Martin? Wow. Neil loves dogs, so vote for him.
Hey, we are almost there. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the latest Asmaniac Raffle.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac Raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Here we go. The wheel is on the screen, and now we need some dramatic music. Thank you to everyone who gifted. We got a tremendous amount of people in this raffle here. We're going to give away a Justin Fields jersey, and let's do another prize, shall we? I'm wearing a bucket hat. How about we give away, in honor of summer being here, an Asmaniac bucket hat. You could get one that either says Jake Asman Show or Asmaniac on it. You tell me if you win. Good luck to everyone. Reminder, if you don't win, you still have a chance on Monday to win any of the 3 prizes in that raffle. The signed Glenn, Sauce, and Fields jersey. So, only one Asmaniac can win the grand prize, a Justin Fields jersey. And let's find out who's going to win. The wheel is spinning. The winner of the JF7 Fields jersey is listener Jerry Jet. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm sending Jerry a Fields jersey regardless. The man got a tattoo, for crying out loud, of the Asmaniac logo. And he gifted 50 memberships during the show. So I'm going to take Jerry out of this, and we're going to spin the wheel again and give out another Fields jersey. So Jerry's getting one. So let's remove all his gifted memberships. And let's give someone else a chance to also win a Justin Fields jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, we're giving away 2 Fields jerseys today. The winner of the Justin Fields jersey is listener, the Bat Fella. Ladies and gentlemen, the big fella is winning the Justin Fields jersey. Love it. Big fella, you tell me the size you want it in, and we will get it sent your way. Congratulations to the Bat Fella, a.k.a. our guy, the big fella. Okay, we're not done, though. Let's get out a bucket hat as well. Send me your address and which one from the store you want. Which color, either Asmaniac or Jake Asman Show. Ladies and gentlemen, one last spin the wheel. The winner is listener Ralphie Rocks. Shout out to Ralphie, longtime Jet fan, awesome supporter of the show. He wins an Asmaniac or Jake Asman Show bucket hat. Congratulations to Batfella, to Jerry Jet, and to Ralphie Rocks. They are the 3 winners in our daily raffle today. We're back at it Monday for the weekly raffle, plus I'll announce some of the prizes we have for raffle number 31. Congrats to everyone. Thank you to everyone, especially who supports the show. Slow times right now, but we're going to keep on grinding and get us to July 22nd, which is when veterans officially report for training camp. Rookies are the 19th, I believe. Veterans the 22nd, so we're another day closer to that. Hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their Saturday. Enjoy it. We are going to be back on Monday. If you're coming to our Yankees outing, look forward to seeing a bunch of you guys tomorrow. So until then, I'll talk to you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, folks. And as always, go Jets.
So, guys, it looks like Glenn, another defensive coordinator without head coaching experience.
Great.
Was that a fart?
Excuse me.
I can taste it on my tongue.
I think the second one. Excuse me.